Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your boy, Matt Diazbo, coming at you with a new music review. Oh, yeah. Today, I am checking out a band called Punctured with their debut EP called Punctured. Now, this band Punctured comes out from the northwest area of Indiana. I got recommended to check out this band, and I was like, yo, more recommendations? That's dope. I'm happy to check out new stuff. And I gotta say, this band Punctured here, they've got some really good, well, let me tell you what they are. They're a death metal band. That's kind of important. But yeah, they got some really good heavy chugs, some really deep growls, and just very relentless drumming on this EP. However, this EP has a lot of strong ideas. There's a lot of good creativity here in terms of death metal and just the way that they're playing here. But at times, it seems like they cram too much into one song, or they stretch things out a little bit too long, and so it kind of wears out its welcome, and so some of the songs can feel a little bit on the bloated. So I would say if they trim the fat, if not, take out certain things that they put in one song and just made it into a completely new and shorter song, I think this band and this EP would have had more of a cohesive and impactful feel. But I gotta give it up to the boys. They've got one thing here that's really killing it, and that is the drumming, because they've got some really snappy drumming here, especially coming from that snare drum, because everything here is just really popping so nicely. And the drummer has a really unique style in terms of, doing some really good drum fills and just having an overall dynamic and tasteful style here. And I think some good examples of that are on the song Scorched Beyond Belief and on Adversary in Fleshed, especially the last track here. I feel like the drumming here is probably some of the tightest and most impactful on the EP. So I want to play a clip of that for you right now. That snare drum is just popping so nicely. And no matter what track it is, the drums are just carrying, if not moving this band along nicely by being just a very powerful and groovy and just adding so much life and energy to the songs, because they're just, I won't say the backbone, but they're really like the thing that's just moving this band along nicely. The bass is another strong element that this band has that I think, they utilize pretty well, because it has a very heavy and groovy and just weighted feel to it, especially on the songs Prophecies and Hands of Torment. And I want to play a clip of Hands of Torment so you get a sense of just how weighted and dense the bass playing is on here. Good stuff there. And I think what really helps here is that, it's sitting in the mix nicely. Like, it's not too strong and it's not too forgotten most of the time. It's just chilling right there in the middle and just overall enhancing the band by giving them a nice heaviness. But I will say on the track Trinity Unseen, that was the only time where I didn't really hear or feel the bass that much. But the rest of the songs, the bass is being well mixed into the songs. Now, the riffs, I won't deny, they're very heavy. They've got that chuggy death metal feel to them. But out of everything on this EP, they seem the most predictable at times. And even at times, the guitar work can be a little bit on the sleep-inducing side, because as I was listening to this EP, some of the riffs just had a very, particular or, familiar sound that I just kind of nodded off while listening to them. But it was like the drums and the bass that like woke me back up. But at times I did fall asleep while listening to the songs, and mostly from the guitars. Like on the tracks Trinity Unseen and The Dawn Before Rapture, there's some times where the guitar riffs kind of go and they just drag on a bit without a sense of purpose or direction. So that's a little bit of a struggle they have here, where like they don't know when to end certain parts of the guitar riffs or certain parts of the song. They just kind of drag on a bit. The band clearly has a lot of great ideas, but instead of spreading them out over multiple tracks or, condensing songs to be shorter and everything, they're just jamming individual songs with so much stuff into it that it just makes everything feel really long and dragged out and bloated. And I guess that's a problem I see a lot of times in death metal. Too many chefs in the kitchen, man. They got too much going on. got to streamline it a little bit. In terms of the production on here, everything sounds really clear, crisp, minus, you know, that one time I didn't really hear the bass on that one song, Treating Unseen. Most of the instruments and the vocals are coming in really nice. They got a really good producer here. Whoever mixed and mastered this did a pretty good job, because that snare drum is cutting through so nicely through the songs. And I think that's really great from the way that the drummer like installed his snare head, and also how it's being recorded. And also the vocals here, he is doing a lot of death metal growls, and you know, it's not really too different what he's doing in terms of death metal vocals, but he's sounding clear and crisp from the production. So kudos to them. I do like on the song Prophecies, they do switch up the vocals a little bit by introducing some pig squeals, and he does a really good job of you know, doing those different vocal styles. I just kind of wish he did a little bit more, because most of his vocals, they kind of remind me of Corpse Grinder from Cannibal Corpse, but like they're kind of like the same throughout every track. Not bad, but not, well, like I said, not bad, but also not anything too different in terms of variation. So it was nice when they did this pig squeals section here to switch things up a little bit. So here's a clip of that for you. It's kind of refreshing. Punctured isn't a bad band at all. I gotta say it, they're far from it. They have great ideas. They have a really great drummer, some deep bass playing. They've got a lot of stuff here that adds a lot of depth to the death metal genre. I just feel like, however, like they work against their own interests by, you know, making the songs really long and jam-packed with so many ideas. So I think if they pulled out some ideas and saved them for later, condensed their songs, chopped them up a little bit, made shorter 1-minute songs, 2-minute songs, it would be more of an impressive effort here, because they got great production, you know, good playing from the drumming and bass, a decent vocalist. There's a lot here that is good. It's just some bad stuff is weighing it down. They can overall tighten up their composition in terms of songwriting, trim a lot of the excess fat to their songs, get a little bit more variety with their guitars and vocals. I think this band can really elevate itself to be a more like noticeable, if not like big death metal act. And for now, they're like not too bad. They're not too great. They're just kind of sitting in the middle. So I would say I would give this EP from Punctured a good and decent 6.5 out of 10. Links down below. Check them out. Thank you for the recommendation. And like always, guys, I will see you in the pig.
Good things about you.